It's clear that the co-hosts I choose, because this is a business show, are business people that I have a lot of respect for. And although you may very well be the mayor of Huntersville, you're a successful businessman in your own right. Can you talk a little bit about your business? Because I know you don't make a living being the mayor.
No, I can't keep my family in the standard that they've grown accustomed to. But, yeah, I've been in the financial services industry for over 30 years. I was a retail broker back in the mid-'80s. And then I branched out and started to consult for small public and private companies, sometimes helping them raise money, sometimes just helping them sell. They're a little bit like you. And then about 12, 13 years ago, I got back into the asset management business, and ever since then, I've been doing mostly individual money management.
Right. So, and the name of your company is Bulldog Asset Management. Is that correct?
Yes. I'm a Georgia Bulldog.
Okay. I was going to ask how that happened.
Yeah, and I'm not very creative. So came up with that name. And it's also kind of the style of investing. It's nothing flashy. It's kind of like a bulldog and just, grind it out. And
that is you. I mean, when I think of you in business and in politics, you're that guy. You're that guy that's going to be there all the time, rain, sleet, or snow. The mayor of Huntersville is going to keep at it.
Yeah, nothing too flashy, but it doesn't get anybody hurt, and you just keep moving forward.
What does a sort of a good client look like to you? If somebody's listening and they're thinking about making a switch, what does that client look like?
Well, I'd say most of my clients are 50 to 60 years old. They've been an investor for a good deal of time, and then they've accumulated so much in assets that they don't have the time to manage all that. So I'm not educating them on the benefits of being invested in the markets, but I'm helping them achieve their financial goals when they don't really have the time to do that.
And is that all areas of their finances or just on the investment side of that?
Well, it's just I just get paid for the investment side, but obviously having been around a lot of stuff over the last 30 years, I can help them, at least refer them to people that I think will do a good job, whether it's insurance or some other portion.
I thought I was the only guy that did a whole bunch of work for nothing. I didn't know there were other businesses out there.
Yes, I think that's you're adding value.
Right.
Wherever you can.
Right. What would you tell the low and mid-level investor about what's happening and what to do now? I mean, would you give them some advice right now?
It's been remarkable. I can't say, having been in the industry for over 30 years, you always learn something, and you always feel like you don't understand everything. So right now, we hit an all-time high in the markets, and our economy is doing well. We're going to have an unemployment report come out today. So there is some justification for the markets to continue to go higher. But I think the one thing that I've learned more than anything in the last 30 years is to be diversified, because at some point, it's all not going to work out, and some things are going to do well and some things aren't. But the small investor, it's be diversified. Don't try to time the markets, and always have a little cash on hand so you can basically take advantage of some opportunity down the road.
Right. John, one of the things that has always interested me about you is you have been in politics in some way, and us small business people, we hate politics, but we've learned we have no choice but to, be in and around it. Talk a little bit about locally how politics and small business, they tend to merge in a way that whether we like it or not, it is part of our lives.
Well, absolutely. And, you and I talked earlier off air. I mean, there's a tax rate.
You mean I was complaining and you were listening?
Yes.
Is that what you right?
I mean, we talk about taxes and tax rates, and that's a fixed cost that a business owner knows going in what he or she is going to have to pay for equipment or for property tax. But it's those variable costs that government tends to really cause the stress in a business, and through regulations or time. And one of the things I've tried to do is put a more business friendly atmosphere into the government of Huntersville, and
in your case, that's not just words. I mean, there really is a true character that your government can take on when it's in the hands of different leadership.
Yeah, we're really a customer service oriented profession as a government. And we don't get that enough.
Oh no, I don't.
So we're trying. We're right. Working that out, and it's been interesting. I mean, we have good people in Huntersville. We have good people in all positions in government. But I think it's a mentality that you need to show by leading people and giving them examples of, hey, how can we do something better to help facilitate small business owners' dreams of being successful.
Yeah. Well, and you and I talked before. I like to call it the green room, but the room's not green, so I can't. But one of the things you're doing that I really like is you're asking the staff to help small business find a solution to what it is they want to do, and instead of just simply saying, "I don't interpret the law to allow you to do that."
Right. I mean, you can't tell somebody no as your first answer. You have to check it out, see what we can do to help facilitate this, and ultimately, if there is an ordinance that needs to be modified, well, let's modify it. And we have a process that just started about 18 months ago where we look at any ordinance that somebody has an issue with, and we try to vet it, and if it needs to be changed, we change it. If not, then we explain why we have it. And we've probably changed 15 to 18 ordinances in the last 18 months, and at least half of those were suggested by our staff.
Right. And I guarantee you those 15 ordinances probably saved tons of hours for the small business person as they're trying to grow, put together some sort of system or process that will give them a lot of value in the area. And those are that's not a small thing to change, but it is a really big issue for small business people.
Yeah. I mean, I could give you a perfect example. We set up something where if you want to go for a rezoning, it can be very costly. How about before you go spend that money, come in, talk to staff, talk to a couple of commissioners, see if it's something that will have a lot of resistance to. And then you can make the decision if you want to spend that money or, come up with a different plan. And I think we probably had at least 3 or 4 entities come and say, you know what? Doesn't look like this is going to work out. I don't need to go through the pain of hiring.
And money.
You're talking tens of thousands of dollars to do something like a rezoning. And, I think there's value in that. I think people appreciate that.